Then we'll start it up. I can see how you and Ashley are friends. In like a good way, you can see that. Cause that's my homie. But no, Ashley and I have really different tastes on food too. We really do. We'll get to that in a minute because she asked some questions that I'm excited to share with y'all. Hold up. All right. Q&A on Twitch is live. All right. Word. Let me put my Twitch channel in the chat. Okay. I have. Yes, you have. All right. I'm going to start with the Instagram questions first. I think I remember the ones Junior asked me. Okay. I do. All right, y'all. So let's do this. We're going to judge you for 60-something minutes. That's totally valid. All right, YouTube. What's up? Y'all be watching this when it goes live tomorrow. But for those in the Twitch chat, hello. This is the last second Q&A for the 1,000 follower celebration for your boy Jack, aka Anime Hero 92. We're basically going to be answering some questions I got from my squad in the community via Instagram, via Discord, via Twitch chat, and also via Twitter. Basically asking some questions they want to know about me. So I'm going to start with Instagram first because I have it open. And then we'll move into some general questions I've gotten. Then we'll go into Discord. And then anyone in chat, if you're listening, you can ask a question. What you'll do is I'll answer a question. If I see your question, I'll just get to it so that way chat doesn't scroll too much in case we get a raid or anything else happens. So, hey, Gav, back from work for the Q&A. Welcome in, Gav. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so the first question I actually got from someone on Instagram. Any plans to go affiliate? So this is a really good question. I get this a lot. I actually am an affiliate, but they're asking about uploading, having like subs, like sub options for people to subscribe, sub badges, and channel points and emotes. So we actually have emotes in the Discord. I'm still 50-50 on it. I think it would be cool to do. I'm not like opposed to doing it. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm also very afraid of taxes with that. But I actually found out from a good buddy of mine that it's not so scary as it seems with that. And it wouldn't be so much of an issue. So I'm not mad about that. To answer your question, I would say basically yes, it is a possibility. Not right now, but I'm not like ruling it out ever. The only thing I would say though, for me personally, I would never force anyone to subscribe to my channel. I always say the biggest way to support me is following the channel, hanging out in the Discord, hanging out in chat, lurking. Like, if I did become monetized, I don't want that to change my approachability on Twitch, how I hang with my community. Like, that would never change. If people do sub, we would have perks, of course, but I don't want to take away, it wouldn't take away from the perks we already have. You would still get access to the Discord if you are a follower. It might be some sub-only channels that will give people, or some sub-only perks, but it wouldn't be anything that would take away from the Discord. It'll probably be behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm doing. Probably be a look at like, oh, hey, here's some upcoming games. What are your recommendations? That'll probably be the biggest thing, as well as maybe some other stuff. But people will still be able to do it. It's just subs will get first access if I did that. It wouldn't change my approach. I wouldn't become like, my head wouldn't get big. I wouldn't change how I do it. But in fact, it would be more stuff. We would still have follower emotes, and some sub emotes, like tiered levels and stuff like that. But personally, I kind of like things how they are now. But I love the question. Never say never is what I'm trying to say in the long show. So, good question to kick us off. Another question I got is from my homie Junior, my man Junior Pena. What is your favorite game to play after a long week? That is a really good question. So, believe it or not, there is a bowling game that I love to play. It's on the Switch. Let me pull out my Switch. I can show it. I bought this, a month and a half ago? Like 2 months ago? It was around like the holidays, actually. So, not too far. It is Strike 10 Bowling. You see it right here. The light glare is going to hit it a little bit. I'll bring it a little close. There it is. It's Strike 10 Bowling. Part how dirty my Switch screen may seem. It did come from the dock, so there's that. So yeah, I play this all the time. Yeah, it's a bowling game, Charles. Yep. It's my favorite to actually play when I'm not streaming, when I'm hanging out. I have been a bowler for 8 years now. I don't bowl as much as I used to. My highest in bowling, I think, was a 230. I think I got. It was like years ago when I got a 230, but that was my highest in bowling. I played bowling in middle school, high school. There was no bowling team in college, so I couldn't do it in college. But my friends and I used to go like hang out at the bowling alley, so I play. Fun story: I had a Lilo and Stitch bowling ball because I asked for a Spider-Man. They ran out, and instead of asking me what else I wanted, they just picked whatever they had, and it was Lilo and Stitch. So I used it throughout middle school and high school for being a part of the bowling league. You got it for free if you did up to like 7 games, and they let you keep it. And then I think you got like a $30 gift card to the bowling alley to get food and some other stuff. So yeah, that's basically what I did. But it's actually really fun. If you don't play it, it's called Strike 10-pin bowling. It's really good. You can get it on your Switch. The only thing, I can't play it on stream. I can, but you need Joy-Cons to do it. Or you have to use the pad. And I don't like the fact you can't use the Pro Controller, but the way it kind of works, it makes sense. So, yeah, that's actually a good comfort game. So yeah, to answer your question, Junior, thank you for that question. I love it. But that honestly is a game I use to relax. Somebody else in my Facebook group asked, what honestly has been one of your favorite moments streaming? And I like that question a lot. I think for me, I had a lot of favorite moments. Obviously, getting to 1K was big. I think getting 100 followers is really like awesome. The 50 and then the 100. I would say like there was a moment where I had someone say the first time I was the favorite streamer. That hit kind of hard because, you know, there's so many streamers on Twitch for someone to be like, so someone to watch me play, whether it's Spelunky or retro gaming or Pokemon, and say I'm their favorite, it's like it hits different. And you know, to see people really enjoy what you're doing for you. You know, I don't put on a persona. Anyone that knows me could tell you this is literally me. The mods could tell you they know me IRL. A lot of the homies in chat who are VIPs know me really closely. They will straight up tell you like this is just who I am. Been the same way since I was a kid. Will continue to be the same way. But yeah, just having people like my content and want to come back, and you know, getting people from different countries too. Like I remember I had a couple people from Mexico. I had someone from Belgium, and I had someone from France come in, and they were super sweet. And they were just like, "Yeah, I was looking for streamers, and I found you, and like honestly, I like your stuff." Having moments like that just means a lot. So super duper thankful for people like that and people who are just awesome and support. I'm gonna switch over to Facebook now and pull some questions from the good old Facebook group. So not that this is a question, but for folks that don't know, I run a group called SA Gamers. It's Student Affairs Gamers, and I asked a couple people in there to ask some questions. I think Charles was the only one to ask. So shout out to Charles. So I'll answer your question, buddy, since you're in chat. I bet. I want you to answer, if you had to eat 3 Pokemon, which would be the best tasting? The people need answers. Oh, that's easy, dude. That's super easy. So I will 100% eat a Pidgey. Like hands down, because there's so many damn Pidgey out there. And like fried Pidgey wings or barbecue Pidgey wings would be dope. Like hands down. Like that would sound really good. Like Pidgeys look like they taste great. Even Pidgeots and stuff like that. Like, you know, basically that. I wouldn't eat a Torchic because I'm super close to one. Like I like Torchics, so I don't know. Also, like it'll probably be a hot ass like meal, like spicy, and like, I could do spice, but like we're gonna need some levels to that. We're gonna need some levels to that, chat. So that's really the biggest thing. My day is made. Wait, I only gave you one. Secondly, a Magikarp, easy. Like that's just fish. Like I love fish. My Pokemon will go to eat one of all of them. I'm not eating a coffin. That's food poisoning right there and some other stuff. I'm damn sure not eating like a Muck or a Grimer. Or a Mr. Mime. And take that in any way you will, but no. Not doing any of that. That's literally, I couldn't do it, but kudos to you. Besides poison types, Good disclaimer. And then the third Pokemon I would honestly eat. I think about this. I'm thinking of the Gen 1s. Is there any Gen 2s that we eat? I gotta think about it. I could cop out and say Sparrow, because it would be the same as a Pidgey. So, I'd be fine with that, honestly. Can't eat a Geodude? I mean, you can if you get, like, Iron Teeth. They got, like, Gold Teeth in the game, so you can get Iron Teeth and be set. I can try it. That's the attitude to have. Straight up. That is the absolute best attitude to have. You can try. You can do it, I believe. Alright, dope. The Pigstar Tepig? Yeah, I would say yeah. I can see that. Tepig is a good option. I can see Tepig. I would kind of eat a Tauros, but like Tauros, like a, I don't know, like a barbecue Tauros would sound good. I can see myself doing that. I ain't trying to fight one, but I can eat one. So, all right. Let me open up Discord. I opened up my clock app by accident, and let's open up some questions, shall we? Because we got some really good questions in the Discord. Miltank ribs. I would get milk from a Miltank. I don't know about eating one, but maybe that would work. That would really work. All right, let me scroll up. Damn, that sounds delicious. There you go. All right, so some of these questions come from my good ma Ashley Gator. Hey, Cena, what's up? Welcome back, bud. We're doing a Q&A right now. All right, cool. So I'm gonna answer this question because I like it. If you could stream, I'm actually gonna answer all her questions because they're really good. Just me being a troll? No, it's cool. If you could stream anything besides variety, what would I stream and why? That's a really good question. So if I didn't do variety, honestly, like I'm not even joking. A couple of things I thought about would be fun to stream. Would be like me creating stuff, right? So like Lego sets or Gundams. I would do review streams where I review like Funko Pops or different like items. I can honestly see myself doing like, I've always wanted to do a podcast. So for those that don't know, we used to do a podcast called Gamecast with me, my mom Miles, and our good buddy Howard, our good friend. Gamecast is going well. We did it for a couple months. Life got busy for us. We weren't able to keep up with it. So it's been on not closure, hiatus, but kind of closure for a while. And one thing I was going to do before I really got into Twitch a lot was do a like interview podcast in a way where I would bring on guests and have them just talk about like something they're passionate about. And I've seen people do podcasts a lot. So I've always talked about like one day, whether it be exclusive to YouTube or Twitch. And I'm thinking that might be a YouTube thing because Twitch has so many things I do. Is doing a podcast series. Anyway, we should do a podcast. I'm always down to chat if you want. But yeah, I've always thought about doing like kind of like a highlighting my friends, highlighting my mods and stuff, highlighting people, and just kind of talking about life. Like it would be like questions about video games, questions about life, questions about anime, questions about just stuff. It would talk about recent news. It would probably be like a half hour to like 35 minutes. Nothing wild, cause like editing and getting things up, and it would probably be like an episode a month, that I would do. So yeah, it would probably be stuff like that. I think will work really well. So yeah, stuff for variety, podcasting, building stuff like Gundams, Legos, Funko Pop reviews. Honestly, I would even do something on like wrestling or sports. Like I've always wanted to do something talking about like, you know, things I've been interested in. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of people talk about the Yankees. So there's been a lot of Yankee content creators. Jose McFly, a couple other folks, Keith and all that, John Boy, all the Yankees Twitter squad that I would love to work with in the future. So, you know, that's honestly been a goal of mine to just kind of work with them, talk to them about baseball, like in any way I can. So, what is my biggest regret? So I think, do you mean stream-wise or life-wise? I can give you both. 30 minutes of Yankees and Giants takes. I mean, the Giants ain't really doing much. The Yankees, I mean, should be doing something, but the lockout's stopping them. I don't know if we're going to get Carlos Correa. We'll see. I personally am 50-50 on him. He's a cheater. But if he helps the Yankees out, He's my cheater, okay? Okay? Once you're in pinstripes, it's forgiven. Unless you're Alex Rodriguez. He lied twice about steroids. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, get out. Hey! Dolly Empress with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Hello. How was your stream? Hey yo, welcome in, Raiders. Shout out to Dolly Empress, everybody. Be sure to check out Dolly Empress and their awesome stream. How are you? How's your day going? Hey! I'm gonna do fromage. Wait, is it Aldu Hedge? Is it I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Because I said cheese and French. I butchered your username, so I'm sorry. Good, thank you. How's everyone doing? Everyone's good. Close enough. Thanks so much. We're doing good. We're doing a Q&A. I was channeling Dexter's Lab, alright? I got excited. I thought that was a username. I got really excited. Thanks for the close enough, though. One thing, if you tell me how to say your username in chat, I will do my best to correct it. I was channeling some Dexter's Lab, though. We're doing a Q&A for 1K, so we're asking a couple of questions. So thank you for the raid. Everybody, be sure to check out Doll Empress. Crack it up. Be sure to check out their awesome channel. They play some Hollow Knight. So be sure to drop them a follow, show them some love. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in the Raiders. My name is Jack, aka Anime Hero 92. We know your favorite food. Do we all? We got a question about that. You might. Make them say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh yeah, that's easy. I've been doing that since I was a kid. I used to practice that, actually. Yeah, I should have used to practice that. But yeah, we're doing a Q&A, so if y'all got any questions in chat. He did it? No, yeah, no. That was super easy for me to do. Like, yeah, I used to watch a lot of Disney, so... Actually, I don't like that movie, but that's a whole nother stuff. We got some Disney questions. I can never say that. It's a lot of practice, and also, like, I pause sometimes when I talk. So, like, that helps me out, so it's a little bit of a cheat code. But it's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like that. If I have to do it super fast, I might mess up in the middle. But yeah, usually get that down. Shout out to the homie, I see you, Pooh. Shut up. I thought that was someone in chat. I was gonna thank them. Oh, okay, I'll interrupt. Ash, I'm gonna get to my biggest regret in a minute. Let me answer Doll Empress real quick. What's my favorite Disney show? Ooh. If you mean like, do you mean like the Disney shows that came on in the 90s? Or like Disney Channel right now? Just to clarify. Because if it's anything, I'm trying to think of favorite. I could give you all of them. Like, I guess my favorite Disney Channel show, like when Disney Channel was big, I mean, That's So Raven was great, but I think it went to the Proud Family. I'm so glad that's coming back for Black History Month. I freaking love the Proud Family. The Proud Family, I think That's So Raven and the Proud Family, like, tied for me. Like, really, really tied for me. Because, like, That's So Raven was really good. It was really funny. And, like, I love the Proud Family. Like, it was just... The Proud Family was literally, like, my family. Like, it's funny. The way, like, Oscar and Sugar Mama bicker, but also how Oscar loves Bobby, like, is literally how my uncles were with my grandmother. It's really funny. Like, the stuff like that, and how, like, a lot of people could relate to Penny, like, being, like, a teenager, and having to still answer to your parents. The whole I can't stand y'all, and then you gotta, like, fix your face when they hear you. Many moments like that in my house. Yeah, That's So Raven did have a reboot. It actually had 2 reboots. So it had Raven's Home with Chelsea and her kid. And then Raven had 2 kids. And then in the other one, it's just her son. She moved back with the father. So now he's back. So she's in her old house. So it's like a reboot of a reboot. And Chelsea's gone because she didn't want to come back. Why? I don't know. Because, like, if Disney gave me that bag, I would be there 100% if I could. Unfortunately, we won't be getting Orlando Brown in either shows because... But, I mean, he did clean up his act. So maybe he might be a surprise. But, yeah, he said some out-of-pocket stuff, so, yeah. And then old school shows, I mean... I'm gonna be real. I think that the House of Mouse, if anybody remembers that show, because it was like Mickey Mouse running like a restaurant slash building, and it was funny as hell. But I absolutely loved it. I really loved the House of Mouse. The theme song was really good. If Disney copyright wasn't serious, I would play it in the background. But the House of Mouse forever. That absolutely has my pick. It's so good. Now, Orlando Brown needs to be on the Eternal Blacklist. Honestly, like, yes, but if he cleans up his act, I'm cool with him coming back for those moments. Because he was in so much shit. So it's like, I'd be cool with that. I'll be real cool with that. But yeah, like, the stuff he said was out of pocket, so. Oh. Uh-oh. Ash, everything okay? Oh my god. Uh-oh. Oh no, you good? I was like, what? Huh? Let me let Dawn know they're good. You good? It's okay. Orlando Brownlow. What's up, Fiji? Hold up. I think they're still in chat. Hold up. Alright, cool. We're good. Alright. I got worried for a second. I was like, oh no. But thank you so much for that. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's alright. Sometimes it happens in mod chat. It's all good. Mod chat could be the worst. No worries. Alright, cool. Are you still follow? Because I know it removes people if it does it. You should be follow, right? Yep. Sweet. Alright, you're good. I didn't want you to lose your follow streak. It says you still follow since 2018. Awesome. Yeah, I think it only does that if you internal ban, so you should be good. Perfect. And you can still chat, so you're good. In terms of like, no, it's all good. Don't worry, Ash. Don't worry about it. You're fine. I got worried. I was like, wait, did something happen? I was like, uh-oh. No worries. You're all good, friend. We talk about Disney shows. And then old school Disney, aside from House of Mouse, I gotta think about this. Oh, I mean, the Hercules show was great. It was just really good. Like, that was good. I mean, they got, like, who puts the Glad in? Gladiator. It's freaking awesome. That song is goated. I freaking love that. So, the Hercules show was really good. Like, they did a good job with it. It was well done. I know it was like that, Aladdin, and Timon and Pumbaa. They really pushed on the Disney Channel. But as for the greatest theme song, I mean, that goes to Goof Troop. What about Gargoyles? So I got into Gargoyles a little later because I was like a Power Ranger Pokemon kid. But I did watch it a bit. Not that I didn't like it. It was just on when Pokemon and like other stuff was on. So like I would just watch it if like it was a rerun. But I do love Gargoyles. I know it's supposed to be coming back. It was a really good series for like people who watched it. I say Gargoyles is definitely a top show. Like people really liked it. It's on my list to watch again. Cause like I checked the intro for Gargoyles was great. Timon and Pumbaa was so good. They were just goofballs, which I like. Which I really like. So I like that one. But good questions, chat. I love it. Alright. Let me catch up real quick. What is your biggest regret? So I like this question. This is from Ash the Gator. The next couple from Ash. So I'll probably do some Ash questions to switch up and then go back to Ashley. So biggest regret. So in life, I don't have too many. I would say the only thing that like I regretted was, so I was in a pre-college program. I went to school basically 6 days a week when I was in high school. So I went to school Monday through Friday at my high school. And then on Saturdays, I went to the college right across the street from my high school. And I would do classes there with other kids from different high schools in Jersey City. And we would go there, right? So I joined the second half of my sophomore year, and I stayed until I graduated. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I would say my biggest regret is that I didn't do it. So they kept recruiting people in 7th and 8th grade, and I kept saying, no, I don't want to do it. Like, class 6 days a week. Like, I love school, but I need my weekends. And I did. I was a kid. But, like, honestly, they were doing recruitment for my sophomore year, and I said, the next time it opens up, I'm going to do it. And I had the best experience of my life. My only regret is I didn't do it earlier. But I met some of my best friends there. My mentors, my earliest mentors. They helped me get to college. They helped me with grad school. Shout out to pre-college programs. Love y'all to death. So I'll say that's probably my biggest regret is I didn't do that. I don't really have any other life regrets, which is good. In terms of streaming, If I knew what I knew now, I would have been a streamer in 2016. Like when I was in grad school, I would have did this. I honestly felt like I love that I did it during the pandemic, and I think it kind of works out where the pandemic gave me some time to have time to do it. But yeah, I totally would have done this early if I could have, like 100%. Like totally would have did it. Cause like I love doing this, and I'm having a blast. So I would say that's probably my biggest regret is I didn't do it earlier. So to anybody watching this video, if you want to start streaming, you do not need the best equipment. You don't need any of that stuff. Don't go buy $100 worth of equipment. Get yourself. If you want to watch my VOD, like first video, which we might watch a little bit today. You see this mic right here? I'm not using it. I'm using my BitRun. This bad boy. Sorry if I got a little close there. I used this mic for 6 months. Like, watch my old VODs on YouTube. Like, if you find myself on YouTube and you go to my oldest video, it is this, no mic, PS4, about hour and a half, 2 hours. That's how a lot of y'all remember me. I know, like, Ib, AJ, Ash, a couple other folks in here, Charles. Y'all remember me from them days when I had that before I even had a webcam and all that. I remember the first stream someone saw me was when I did Pokemon, and then I got my capture card, and the rest is history. So upgrade when you can. Do not spend your money on this, like too much money. Balance, and I'll talk a bit about streaming a little bit because we got some stream questions. All right, let's continue on with the good questions I actually gave me. Is my phone locked? What is your best happy moment? Oh, that's a really good question. I like that one. So, I got a couple, but I think they're all related to like milestones in my life. But I think my favorite day ever is when I graduated college. For folks that don't know, I'm a first generation graduate. So, I'm very open about this. I came from a single parent home. So it was literally me, my mom, and my sister. And no one in my family graduated from college. Like everyone, high school or didn't finish high school, or a couple of people like tried community college but didn't finish. And this isn't to shade them. It's, something that I'm not ashamed of them at all, because everyone makes their own path. College is for everybody, so I totally understand. And I got some really dope and smart people in my family, so I love them. But for me, I was like, I wanted to go to college, and my mom was super supportive of me. But I'm being a first gen, money didn't grow on trees, so I had to figure out how to do it. So in high school, I busted my ass to work harder than every kid that I could. I applied for 50 scholarships. I was applying for at least 5 scholarships a day. I went out and looked at pre-college programs. I researched how much college costs. I came up with plans. I came up with alternative plans. I chatted with people who went to college. I looked at things, and a certain college I work at now hit me up when I was salutatorian in my high school. And they were like, hey, we'll give you 2 years if you keep a certain GPA. That covers room and board, your meal plan, everything. I joined the EOF program. The rest was history. I got accepted. I went all the way upstate New Jersey, and here I am. So I would say graduating college as a first gen. Also getting my master's. When I went into higher ed, that wasn't the plan. I thought I was going to work as a business entrepreneur for a while. Hold on, let me get some more music while I talk. I thought I was going to be like a business entrepreneur, and was like, yeah, sure. Like, where we met, hey, yep. So that's where I got my master's, and I met so many dope people. 3 out of 4 of my mods I met from that place. So obviously, aside from education, I got friends that I love and who mean a lot to me. I met a lot of students. I got to work with international students, which was a huge deal for me. I love working with the international community and had a blast. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I got my master's, which is something that was a big dream of mine. They're all my master's degrees in the back over there with my undergraduate. I got to get them framed. I struggle with, we can't put holes in the walls here. Long story. So I want to frame them in my house. People are like, oh, put them in your office. I'm like, nah, they got to go in my house. But those are my 2 babies. And then, not jokingly, but I always talk about the story. In high school, I was salutatorian. It was a very interesting way how I got it. So I came into high school. We had 650 kids in my high school at first. Oh, no, it was like 620. And I came in, I was ranked 6 when I came in my freshman year. And after that, a couple of people left, transferred. and I did really well academically. I jumped up to 4th my sophomore year. So I was basically in the top 10 to 5 all of my time there. And I knew the valedictorian, I knew the salutatorian. And I was good friends with both of them, but I was more rivals with the salutatorian. So junior year, I jumped up to 3rd. And that's when, a bit of aggressive Anime Hero 92 came in. Fatima and Frankie, if you're watching this, sorry. But I was basically letting them know I'm coming for one of their spots because I'm super close. And I balled out my junior year. I had 15 A's and 1B. And I was like super close. And there was rumblings that the rankings were going to change. And I did pay attention to it. I'm like, look, I got to focus on what I can control. We'll see what happens. And then mid second market period, my guidance counselor calls me and it was like, you jumped up to rank 2. And I was like, what? Like, I need proof. Not that I didn't believe. I love my guidance counselor. Ms. Madison, you're the best, by the way, if you're watching this. I didn't believe it. And long story short, I did. And I had it for about 6 months. And then the ranks changed again. And despite us having the exact same grades, there was a fraction point edge. I'm talking about a 0.2. They got it again. So I had to hustle the last 4 months. Like literally, work as hard as I ever did in my life to jump up. And then they announced the winners, and I didn't get it at first. And then they said they were still doing a count, but as of now, that I'm 3rd, and that is not over, but it might be on Monday. So I had to go to my college that Saturday, nervously wait for a phone call. I had 10 missed calls when I got out. I checked them. My mentors told me good news. You actually both tied, but you won the tiebreaker. However, they can't take the title away from someone once they got it. So we shared the title with co-salutatorian. And I actually have the trophy. My mom has it in her house. They gave us a check for a good amount of money, which was nice. And we did our speeches. He went first. I went second. The valedictorian went last, of course. And then there is a picture, I wish I pulled it up, of me giving my speech, and my mom recorded it. And it's actually still one of my favorite moments in my life because I remember that kind of drove my work ethic when I was in high school, and I still use that work ethic today for Twitch, for life, and stuff like that. So I'd probably say that's my biggest, proudest moments. So I love that question. It's a good question to ask. Hold on, let me ask some more. What is my saddest moment? I like this one too. I guess without explaining too much, I think some of the saddest moments I have is whenever I lose someone, and that could be a passing, or that could be you have a falling out with somebody, or that could be a when friendships change or they drift. I'm a type of person, I joke because I say anime hero, but a lot of anime heroes are my friends are my power and all that stuff, right? And I believe that. I generally try to look for the good in people, and whenever I have a friendship break up or things change, it hurts. Without going into detail, I had a friend group I was super close with for about 5-6 years. And this was before the pandemic. We were all close. I used to hang out their houses, hang out with them all the time. The friendship changed over the years. We got new members in the group, and I welcomed everybody. But they started doing things without me, which is natural. I mean, you're not going to do everything with your friends. And to give some context for folks that don't know, I am straight edge. So I don't drink or smoke, but I don't judge people for what they do. But I've been straight edge since ever. But I made the decision when I was 11 years old to never drink alcohol or smoke. I just didn't want to do it. No judgment to anyone who does. I have a ton of friends who have done it and do it. I got friends who pretty much smoke the entire alphabet and drink the entire alphabet, and I love them to death. They're some of my best friends, right? But I just chose not to do it. But unfortunately, with me being so open-minded, you get some people who still kind of judge you for it, which is really stupid. Because I don't judge people. I'm yeah, do what you want, as long as you're not hurting yourself or nobody, right? But I get a lot of people who judge me for being straight edge, and it's it doesn't make sense. I try not to be very preachy. That's one of the things I say, as a straight edge person. I'm not going to tell someone to stop what they're doing. Unless it's harming them, I will help them get help. But do what you got to do, right? But for me, it's that's a life decision I made. It's somebody wears the color green. I'm not going to tell them to change. That's the color they want to wear today, right? I don't care. I'm happy for them. So, long story short, without going too much into it, I kind of got kicked out the friend group, and it sucked. I did it hurt. But I learned, and I tell people this all the time, you gotta love you for you. There's only ill green. Ghost Kim, your name isn't green, by the way, in my chat. You gotta love you for you. You gotta be yourself. As long as you're not problematic or harmful, you gotta do you. You gotta keep going forward. You gotta keep loving yourself. I got no beef against those people. I wish them the best. Even people I don't talk to, I wish them the best. I wish them health, happiness, all that. But for me, it's like, am I gonna let that stop me? No, I gotta love me. I gotta love the people in my life, and you gotta keep going, fam. You just gotta keep doing you, and I always tell people, go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. I know I chose it. Smart. There you go. But go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. And that doesn't mean that, I got some friendships that I'm super close with. Like my best friends I'm tight with, where, shout out to the homie, my man, Jay Phoenix, aka John, my best friend in chat. That's the homie. Shout out to my mods, they're great. Love them to death. I got my buddy Lauren. I got my buddy Ariel. All my homies. I can't shout out too many people because I won't forget about anybody. I feel bad if I do that. But I will keep y'all here for the whole 8 hours if I shout out all my friends. I say that in the most non-brag way possible, but I'm thankful for my circle. So, in a way, it worked out. You lose people, but you gain other people, right? And it's like you just keep going. And that's just how life is. And you just keep moving forward. And honestly, I'm freaking thankful for that. I'm thankful for y'all. And like I said, I don't wish them the best, but I don't wish them the worst. So you keep moving, you keep growing. Dolly has another question. How do you cope with peer pressure to drink when you're at an event? Oh, it's real easy. I just don't. Like, I have a very strong will. Like, people can never pressure me to do stuff. It's either I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it, right? I could be talked into and persuaded, but I have a very strong moral compass of, if I'm not, I'm 29. If it's been 29 years without drinking, people think if they put a beer in front of me, I'm automatically going to pick it up. I'm like, it's been 29 years, dog. Almost 3 decades of me being straight edge. Like, I'm not going to change that. If you do, that's totally valid. If you're like, hey, I'm straight edge, but I want to switch it up, that's totally valid. But for me, I just tell people no thank you. I say no thank you 3 times, and then after that, I just start ignoring them. Like, I'll straight up ignore people. I will not respond. I'll walk away. I'll look at them. I'll stare at them. I will electric slide my way out of a situation. Like, I don't care. I have no shame. Like, I try to just tell people, respect people's boundaries. If they say no once, that's good enough. Consent is key, and if someone isn't respecting that, they gotta go. That's just how it is. But don't let people to pressure you to do stuff, especially with drinking. That can be very dangerous. So yeah, just, do what makes you feel comfortable. Don't do what doesn't make you feel comfortable. And if they can't respect that, deuces. Yes, I will electrocide my way out of stuff. Ash brought up another question. When did you experience the most disappointment? I think so. I won't name the opportunity for safety reasons. That's good. I don't like drinking, but some people make you feel like a buzzkill, so I give in. Never feel like you need to give in for that, Dolly. If they make you feel like a buzzkill, then those are people that honestly don't appreciate you for you. It's like I used to drink Snapple. I got buddies who leave apple juice out for me. I got buddies who would leave, I don't drink soda anymore, but I love Dr. Pepper when I used to. So they leave a Dr. Pepper out for me. And if people can't do that, I bring my own stuff. I drink water. I drink, I will drink a damn, Capri Sun and not care. Around adults, I don't care. I'll straight up grab a Capri Sun and be like, whatever. I got no shame. I really don't. But yeah, don't let people make you feel bad. So the most disappointment. So I'm not going to share the detail for safety reasons, but there was an opportunity that I thought I deserved, and I got overlooked for it. And I was angry for a while, and I channeled that anger into opportunity. I said, okay, if I'm not going to be selected for it, then I'm going to work my ass off or go somewhere that will give it to me. And I think with disappointment, it's easy to let that get to you. But sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes it's just not the right position for you or not the right time or moment. And that could suck, right? No, that's never fun. But I always tell folks, I always got to focus on what's ahead of me, right? I'm always thinking about, okay, what am I going to do? It's February. I'm thinking about what am I going to do in March? What am I going to do this summer? What am I going to do this winter? What am I going to do 2023? And I do that in a healthy way. I don't think about that every day, but I think about it. And I think the best way to handle disappointment is feel the feelings. Let yourself feel the feelings because they're valid. I've been angry. I've been sad. I've been pissed off. I've been motivated. I've been all those things, right? But at the end of the day, just you got to get up. You got to keep doing you, and you got to move forward. And allow yourself to keep doing you. So keep doing you. Keep going forward. And that's all good stuff. Solar asked me a really good question. What got me into streaming? So we'll ask Solar, and then we'll go back to some questions Ash asked me. So I love this question. I got into streaming for a lot of reasons. So there's a content creator named Andre, aka Black Nerd Comedy. He was one of the people I watched for a while on Twitch and also YouTube. And I saw how much fun he was having, and also representation is important. To see another black creator doing some really good stuff motivated me. And I've always been a fan of his content. In addition to that, there's a lot of streamers I look up to, like Allie. I like her stuff. I've been a fan of her community. Shout out to the Fire Squad. Steph of Anime, who's very sweet and a huge supporter of the channel. She's been someone that motivated me. And there's a lot of other folks who were streaming. But my buddy Miles, actually, my mod and my good friend, we went to college together. He was streaming on Facebook. And we were talking, and I was like, dude, I might do this on Twitch. And he was like, yeah, go for it, man. Just try it out. So one day, July 19th, I think at like 2 in the afternoon, I opened up my PlayStation 5. I looked up a video. I had a stream on Twitch from it. I had my mic that already worked. I went to OBS and did some stuff. And I streamed. And the rest is history. That's how I am today. So that got me into streaming. And also, to be honest with you, it was something I wanted to do since I was in grad school. I think that was when I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm in grad school, I'm making money. Like, I think I could do Twitch. Like, I really do. Oh, thanks, Verily. I appreciate it. I just got your message. So, yeah, that was pretty much the biggest thing. So, that got me into streaming, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love streaming and what I do, so it's always fun. Let's see what other questions we got. Some good stuff. Oh, I know Gav. I think Gav's here. So let me ask Gav. I know Gavin asked me some questions. So Gavin was like, if you were a Dragon Ball character, what would you be and what special abilities would you have? And then same for Naruto. All right, cool. So I'll do the Dragon Ball. You back with your food? Hey, what'd you get? Is it the breakfast you got, or did you get lunch? If I could be a Dragon Ball Z character, so I would kind of be the amazing character that Verla did that you see. I would kind of be me, but I would probably be like, I would be a Saiyan, but like, you're here to do, hey, what's up, Gavin? Like, I don't know if I'd be a Saiyan. I kind of want Saiyan powers, but not being a Saiyan. So like, I made my own DBZ character up. His name was Destructicus. This is when I was in middle school, okay? Dude was like, looked like a young Suge Knight. So he was his own character. He looked like a young Suge Knight. I had on silver and blue outfit. I was strong as hell. I was basically like the super earthbender. I had a move called Oblivion, which was kind of like a Rasengan, but like strong as shit. And I was able to summon dragons. That's what his name was. So that's who I would be. But if I could be a character in Dragon Ball Z, Ash, you know it would be Goku. Who else am I going to be? There's no one else to save the world. You got Vegeta, who's a glorified bench warmer. You got Piccolo, who I love, but they ain't going to do anything with him. I probably would be Gohan, because I like Gohan. I mean, the only reason I would be Vegeta, because he gets to be with Bulma. And Bulma, you know, Bulma. We love Bulma. Alright? We love Bulma in our chat. Okay? We like Bulma, okay? Top of the list. Bulma. And then Gavin was like, same with Naruto. What village would you come from? What jutsu would you be? No need to stick to the lore if you want to create something. Yeah, so, alright, look, my heart says the leaf. But my soul, Launch though, we saw her twice. I love Launch. Yeah, but I saw Launch twice. And also, it's the Short King. I guess we guys asked what by Android 18, and that still makes me laugh to this day. I watched that this morning, and I was gonna be petty and show it to the Vegeta fans in the house. They know who they are. Some of them are VIPs in the chat. They know who they are. Launch is cool though, but nah, it was the whole like She might like give me a hug and then try to fight me at the same time. I dated a girl like that once. All right. Yeah, but Ash, I'll be Goku. In Naruto, as much as I want to be from the Leaf Village, I gotta go with the Cloud, especially for reasons. I gotta go with the village hidden in the clouds. Like that's the people. I gotta go there. So that's where I would be. And as for powers, like I said, I would make that kind of Rasengan thing called the Oblivion. So I actually made a character who, I know Violet's here. That's actually who I'm gonna try to get the artwork of. I made a character that's like a Sage Mode type version of me. But it's with cats, not frogs. So I made a cat Sage and a dragon Sage for my character. So it was me, but I had 2 Sage modes. I went ham on this. So I had a move called Oblivion. Oh man, I can't wait to see this. I gotta DM you about it. That's the DM that I owe you. But like I had like this like Rasengan that was called the Oblivion. I had like Jirai had the cats on him. So like how Naruto has the Moth Frog and the Paw Frog, I had like 2 cats on me. And then my eyes were like gray, like with black pupils in them. And they were kind of like eyes that cats have. And then I looked like that, and then like I was just on 3 big ass cats with dragons in the background. Like it was this whole thing. I'm excited. Yes, I can't wait. But that's gonna be my commission art that the talented Violet does. Like I said before, if you're looking for dope commissions, Violet is your person to go to. So be sure to check her out. But yeah, that would probably be my Naruto and DBZ characters. They're kind of the same. So, all right, Ashley, I'm gonna ask this question. Why do I think Burger King is S tier? Okay, y'all, so let me tell you about Burger King and why I like Burger King. So I grew up. I'm going to make you cry. Oh, you're the best. Oh, you're the best. So I grew up liking Burger King for a while when I was a kid. I love Burger King. Okay? And I'm going to explain why it's S tier. I'm going to explain why after I do these damn tier lists. But Burger King, shake my head now, Burger King. Ash, what experience did you have at Burger King? Because it's so good. It's really good. Let me tell you why Burger King is good. Burger King burgers are the greatest. Like, I love you. There you go. I got a Burger King homie in chat. Q, there you go. The burgers are wet and crunchy. What burgers did you eat? I grew up with Burger King too. I was always picking McDonald's. Well, the perfect meal I made this in high school. It was a Burger King burger, McDonald's fries, Wendy's nuggets, and a drink from anywhere. But I drank it with a ginger ale. So that was like the perfect. I needed it after all that indigestion. So that was like the perfect meal. Helps that there's only one less than a mile from my house. Exactly, it's so good. I was gonna order it today, but I was too tired. So when I play Horizon Zero Dawn next Friday, which we will be playing by the way, next Friday. As you drop your burger in the gutter, that's what I'm saying. I like McDonald's apple pie for couch. It's McDonald's and Popeyes have the greatest apple pies in the world. Like straight up. Like honestly, I can't wait. I'm gonna do this tier list in a minute. Y'all wait. That's up next. I think Smash might start at 5:30. Honestly, for people here for Smash Brothers, I'm gonna do some tier lists. But we've got a couple more questions. I had one can't even speak. I had one crunchy wet burger and I said never again. Yeah, you probably went to a horrible Burger King. Burger King low-key's good, but Chick-fil-A soda is the best. And the fizziest. A lot of people hate on BK. It's an acquired taste. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's some moments at my Burger King and I feel depressed. I'm like, all right, okay, I shouldn't be eating all this, right? But the chicken fries are good. The burgers are really solid. The only thing I hate is, like, don't put mustard on burgers ever. Like, mustard, like, I don't like mustard on my burgers, so. The gutter burger is soggy, POV. Burger King is a must pay, Ashley. Yeah, just don't put mustard on burgers. People in the South do that. I have family in Virginia, and I went to a Checkers, which is, if you've never been to a Checkers, do me a favor, go to one. Go to one. Like, seriously. Go to a Checkers. You don't like condiments on your burgers? All you need is pickles and ketchup. That's it. That's all you need. Like, onions? Hell no. Lettuce? Sure. Not too many lettuce, but yeah, whatever. Like, if I'm doing a burger at a restaurant, yeah, I'll take lettuce, but I usually just put them on the side. That's kind of it. You literally need ketchup and pickles. Or just ketchup if you don't like pickles, which is fair. But yeah, you don't need anything. Like, coleslaw sucks. I like mayo. Yeah, mayo is absolute garbage. I love you, Verlet, though. My burgers are ketchup, mustard, and cheese. Oh, yeah. Well, cheese. Yes, you need cheese on your burger. Like, I don't like hamburgers. But yeah, mayonnaise is absolutely... You don't need mayonnaise. Like, as a society, we need to just ban mayonnaise. All good, but only like... Oh, I didn't know you were vegan. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, okay, you make sense. That makes sense. My fault. Ketchup is bland. Ashley, what the fuck? Send onions and lettuce over to me. I will give them to you back. I will give them to you. No, I'm good. My burger's extra cheese, bacon, lettuce, and pickles. That's it. Okay, no, that's actually good. I stopped eating bacon like 4 years ago. Long story. I ate bacon too much. It was literally when I was in college. Like, I used to eat a plate of bacon every Sunday with apple juice. That shit was not healthy. Don't do what I did if you're in college, kids. Don't do what I did. Just don't. Like, I would watch the Jets and Giants game and straight up, like, no BS. Plate of bacon, apple juice, rinse and repeat right in the cafeteria. Don't do what I did. Eat some cereal in your life. I can't wait to do my cereal hot takes. Wait till y'all see that. That's just gonna be hilarious. Oh man. Or after that burger. Okay, so I didn't even answer the question why Burger King S tier. It's just good. Like, compared to other options, I like it. Alright, Charles is here. Top 3. Wait, hold on. Yeah, let me answer Charles, and then I know my homie called me KG. I got answers for everything. I do. Top 3 wrestling games of all time. Raw vs. SmackDown 06. I streamed it. GM mode is goated. It's really good. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. We still need to play that on stream. Because I don't think there's any copyrighted music in it. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Which will work. What else? Hold on. I gotta ping in Christina's chat. Oh, thank you, Christina. Happy weekend to you too. What is my third wrestling game? DMCA strikes in. That's what I'm saying. And they will strike in. Like, no joke. They will find you. They found me during I uploaded my reaction to a Smash video. I had 30 subscribers. Nintendo found me. And, like, I didn't get in trouble. They were just like, you can't monetize it, which I don't. And I was just like, how did you find me? Third favorite wrestling game. I guess SmackDown vs. Raw 7. Like, I don't like the newer ones. So, that's my questions. What else did Charles ask me? Top 5 fast food fries? McDonald's is 1. Wendy's is 2. Popeyes is 3. Burger King is 4. Wait, hold on. Wait. I gotta re-rank this. The hell I said was 1. I said Wendy's is 1. Wendy's is 1. McDonald's is 2. Popeyes is 3. Burger King's 4. No, Checkers is 4. Burger King 5. Burger King 5. Yeah. See, I was getting there. Checkers. I forgot about Checkers. I think my favorite fast food fries from Square Place, only in my hometown. Word. See, I feel you. Oh, it's capping for BK at 4. Have you had BK fries? They're solid. You gotta make a fast food tier list. We doing that today. Wendy's over McDonald's fries. I'm not mad at that. Okay, Checkers is really good. They are. Or homemade. Yeah, homemade fries are good. I made some fries the other day. But it was like, I make cheese fries. That was a big thing. My mom used to make that when we were kids. For me and my sister. Shake Shack fries are absolute garbage. Like, Shake Shack fries are so tiny. I was like, is this fries for ants? I got mad. Like, my friends and I went there once. And it's good service. I'm probably not getting that sponsorship now. Bosch mashed potatoes? Where did you eat the Ash, I'm gonna, like, Uber Eats you Burger King. And I'm gonna get you a meal that I usually get, which is simple. It's just 2 cheeseburgers and a fries and, like, a slushie. That's it. It's super good. Side note, I used to dip my fries in the slushies, but we won't get into weird habits that Anime Hero 92 should do with his food. Not yet. At least not for this video. Stuck in a room with only one non-Pokemon game for a month, what would it be? For a month, I gotta think about this. Damn sure it's Spelunky. I would be so angry that month. He said not Pokemon related. Why am I thinking Smash Brothers? Because like I think I can. Well, I'll probably get tired of Smash. Maybe GTA 5 or San Andreas. Because like I could play San Andreas forever. I would stream it if like DMCA wasn't an issue, but I would stream San Andreas because it's actually my favorite GTA. But yeah, I think San Andreas, dude. Because like I could legit with cheats and money. Like when I was in 12th grade. Well, yeah, 12th grade, but also middle school. I would say Kingdom Hearts 2, but not for a month, for like a week. I could play KS2. Because either I'll have to fight Sephiroth or just quit. So, there's your answer. What else? Why am I a King main and not a Lily main, Ash? I don't know who the hell Lily is. Tekken. But, okay, why can I not... Look at King. He is a wrestler in a lucha mask wearing Adidas track pants with Nikes. Look at King. He's so damn cool. King is amazing. I love my man King. That's my guy. I've been a King main since I was a kid. So I absolutely got to pick him. On Tekken? Yeah. My baby father. That's her name. I like her name. Yeah, but like, King's the man. I gotta pick King. But yeah, that's pretty much where I pick in Tekken. I got a couple more questions coming in. I know we're at the 5 o'clock mark, or 5 hour mark, which actually is 5 o'clock because we start at 12. Ooh, that's a good question. When did you decide to get in the career path you want to get into? I love this question, Ash. So, when I was a junior at my college, I became an RA. For those of you that don't know what an RA is, if you don't have them or you never had an RA in your life, it is a resident assistant. They're also known as community assistants, resident advisors, etc. But basically RA, CA, same difference, different title. Basically, I was in charge of making sure kids on my floor were safe and didn't break the rules, and I was kind of the heavy on my floor, but I was also friends with people, so they respected me. And I had an RD, shout out to my mentor, who I love, who is now my colleague at work. She's great. She was talking to me, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do what you do as a job. Like, I don't know what I really want to do, and I want to help people, but I also want to work at a college. And she was like, oh, it sounds like you want to be a student affairs professional. And I was like, what the hell's that? And I found out about the field of student affairs, and immediately, before they even finished the conversation with me, I went, yeah, I'm doing that. What do I need to do? How much money do I need to spend? How do I get there, right? Because I'm a junior at the time. And then basically we talked about it, and they said my senior year, there was a job placement conference. So I'll go to grad school, but y'all know how the U.S. educational system works. It's shitty. So I had no loans in college, knock on wood, thank whoever you believe in or not believe in. I had no loans. So I went to college debt-free because I was an EOF for 2 years that covered everything. I was an RA that covered for my housing. I had scholarship grants that covered for everything. And all I had to do was pay for my meal plan, and my books were covered by EOF. So I went to school debt-free. I didn't want any debt. I didn't want to tackle any loans or anything like that. So when I went to grad school, it was a big decision. And not only that, I picked a private grad school to go to. Yeah, definitely thinking outside the box of saving up money. And I was like, okay, how do I do this for free? Without saying to people I want to do this for free. They said I needed a graduate assistantship. So I became an RD after I got interviewed. They loved me. I had a lot of friends who worked there and had a really good interview. And I did that for 2 years, and I got my master's. And then after I graduated, I was home for 6 months because I was only able to stay in my apartment 2 months after graduation. And then they were like, which I don't blame them, because you got to get ready for the new RDs doing the program. I miss my apartment daily. I love my apartment now, but the apartment I had in grad school, woo, it's a good apartment, man. I had 2 air conditioners. I was living it. All free, no utilities. I have no utilities now, but man, did I love that. So, my other mentor said, hey, the old college you went to is hiring. And there was a position for coordinator for civic engagement, student leadership programs. Leadership's my passion. Civic engagement became my passion. And I was like, yeah, I'll apply for the job. And I applied, and I interviewed, and they liked me. And I got a call 3 days later. I got the job. And the rest is history. I was actually in between 2 jobs at the time. But I made a big decision. I thought about some things and I accepted it. And I officially signed on the dotted line when I got my contract. That was it. And that's where I'm at. And now I'm in a new position at my job. I coordinate student activities, so I oversee community affairs, leadership programs, late night weekend programming, and a bunch of other stuff that will keep you here past the Q&A mark. So that's how I got into my field. All right, we got a couple more questions. If you could choose to eat one food forever, what would you choose? That's a really good question. Let me get some music. Yeah, let's play some Animal Crossing. Why not? Let's play that Animal Crossing mix. All right. One food. Ooh. You know, honestly, I would say like chicken teriyaki, because I actually love chicken teriyaki a lot. So I would have it with different rices, or different rices. Oh man, I'm tired. I would have it with different rices. It's a long day. It's been 5 hours. Different rice. So like, I would have it with like fried rice or like different type of like combination of rice and stuff like that. But yeah, chicken teriyaki, hands down. I would also mix it with like shrimp and stuff too. But yeah, I could eat chicken teriyaki for the rest of my life and never get bored. Like I would say tacos and pizza, but I get bored of tacos. I get bored of pizza. I get bored of mozzarella sticks. I get bored of like fries. But yeah, chicken teriyaki I could have and not tune out. If reincarnated in Attack on Titan, would you survive? Yes, because I wouldn't fight a damn Titan. I would be making technology to fight Titans, but I wouldn't fight a Titan. And as soon as the Titan broke out, I would just hide anywhere. Like, I wouldn't fight a Titan. Like, I would just make a device that would take down Titans. Like, while everything's happening, I would research Titan blood and stuff like that, and just use it to control them. And then we wouldn't have that issue. No one thought of that. So yes, I would survive. With the knowledge I have now, yeah. Yeah. I would definitely survive to the end. After that, who knows? But I would at least survive the great, like, war and stuff like that. But yeah, I would just chill. Like, I wouldn't even be on an island. Like, I would be in a tower where, like, no one could visit me. And it would be, like, high in the sky and shit. And I would just, like, I would watch everything happening. And do nothing. Because I wouldn't have any plot. But, like, yeah, I would live there so Titans can't get me. And if I see a Titan coming at me, I would just make a giant thing to stop it. And, like, no one would just know where I'm at. So, yeah, I would survive. And if I did go outside, it would literally be to jump in. And that's it. But I would go right back to my tower. And, like, if I would not answer the door for anybody. Like, an Uber Eats person would have to, like, legit wheel it up to me. Like, if I ordered Uber Eats there, they would have to send my mail in a bucket. Right? Like, all that. If people wanted to see me, I would, like, FaceTime people. Like, just, yeah, no, I'm not going outside. Like, no thanks. The outside does not exist in Attack on Titan, so. Would you rather, reincarnate into Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan? Attack on Titan, because, Ash, I'm telling you right now, if you watch Demon Slayer, them damn demons are creative. The way they take out people, like, okay, alright. Spoiler finger up for Mugen Train. If you didn't watch Mugen Train, like, go watch it. The way they handled that changed my entire thought on. I used to be like, oh no, I'll fight a demon, and Miles used to laugh at me and was like, no, you won't. Why? And I'm like, did you watch Mugen Train? He goes, no. He's like, I watch it. So when it was a slow day at work during the pandemic, we were working remote. I watched it, and I immediately, him and Sharice noticed. I messaged him and said, I was wrong. I was wrong. I would rather fight a Titan. I'm talking about I was squared with the Beast Titan over a demon. No. I'm good. I'm good. Alright, a couple questions and then we'll move on to the tier list in this Smash Brothers. Somebody asked me, you say Ampharos is your favorite Pokemon. How did that become? What is the story of Ampharos becoming your favorite Pokemon? So bro, I'm so sorry. What's wrong, David? What's wrong? No need to be sorry. What's wrong? Why are you sorry? No need to be sorry. It's all cool, friend. So Ampharos, I mean, I played Pokemon Gold and Silver when I was a kid. I saw this electric sheep. I got to something I'm doing. I missed the whole section. David, you do not have to be sorry. It's okay. We got a lot of stream to go. We got 2 more hours, 2-ish to go. We got a lot to play. Don't worry about it. It's all good, friend. We got the VOD. These are going up tomorrow if you missed stuff. Your health, your life is way more important. David, it is all good. Let me tell you something, and I want to say this for the entire anime squad, because this is actually answering the question about how to support me, because a lot of people ask this. I am thankful for any time you're able to come in here. I'm never mad if you can miss a stream. I'm never upset. You being you, and you being in my community is the only thing I can ask for. I mean it. Come in when you can. Your life comes first. You got a real life. I appreciate your support. I'm just a guy in front of a camera. That's it. Playing games poorly, sometimes really good. It is okay. Your life is way more important. You do what you got to do. You take care of yourself. And anytime you can come in, whether it's 2 seconds or 2 hours, is valuable to me. And I mean that for everybody. So never be sorry for missing a stream or you missed it. You didn't miss anything. You're right on time. You got to handle real life. Hell, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be cleaning up my house and streaming. I need to do that, by the way. You saw those damn Funko Pops in the back of me? They need to be put up. Like, I can literally grab one right now. See? She was right here. She was literally right here. That's how I need to clean up my house. I grabbed her from the side. Inbox still. Need to do that. Don't believe me? Watch. Not rehearsed. They're literally here. By the way, look at the GOAT. Look at the greatest. That's the funky Funko. Thank you. Look at the GOAT. Look at the greatest Dragon Ball Z character to ever live. Look at him in his glory. I actually need to open these. I might open them too. Yeah, I got a couple Funkos in here, but it's all good. No worries. That's all good. Some people call them Funky Pops. Go on. I mean, nah, he over there. Super Saiyan Gohan over there. I could get him. Nah, that's Goku. DBZ Gohan or wait. You got a question? Go ahead, David. Yeah, but long story short, to the Ampharos question, I evolved him a Reap. It became a Flaffy. It became an Ampharos. It helped me on my team, and I fell in love with it. You know what hot takes are? Oh, yeah. We do them all the time. Yeah, if that's your question, yeah, we do hot takes all the time. I mean, I have mine. Oh, DBZ Gohan or DBZ Super? There is no competition. It's Dragon Ball Z Gohan. DBZ Super Gohan is a father, which I respect. He's a good father. My Gohan was a warrior, right? Is he a better father than his dad? Yes. Yes, okay. Y'all want me to admit it. He sees his kid. Big whoop. I'm just playing. Yes, yeah, but I know what hot takes are. Yeah, we do hot takes all the time on this channel. You ain't hear my hot take on eggs? How I roasted them? How I'm going to continue to roast them? In about a couple of minutes? I'm very excited. Down with eggs, man. Down with eggs. Oh, my buddy called me KG. KMG asked me a question. Ghost Scam. If you had to pick one superhero or villain in the Marvel Universe to fight, who would it be and why? I mean, I could whoop Hawkeye ass. I'm just saying. Like, I know he's trained with S.H.I.E.L.D. and he has a bow and arrow. I could beat that man up. Like, straight up. That's it. Like, I'm not squaring up with Black Widow. She literally was trained, like, by some of the toughest people. So, yeah, I'm not fighting her. Like, people was like, oh, Black Widow. First of all, no. Like, we respect women. Second of all, no, I'm not fighting Black Widow. Like, she's strong as shit. No, like, Hawkeye I could beat up in a heartbeat. So, yeah. That's probably it. I probably could beat up Iron Man, like Tony Stark without a suit. But that's it. Like, but if you're talking about just hand-to-hand combat, Hawkeye. Like, as soon as he throws an arrow at me, I'm legit, like, throwing a steel chair. Is he gonna get up from that? No. No. Like, I'm gonna just throw pocket sand, steel chair, put him in, like, the angle lock, and that's it. Like, what is he gonna do? That's all I'm saying. I watched the Disney Plus series. I respect him, but no, he can't have it. I beat him up. Give me your spiciest Pokemon hot take. It's a good one. I don't think. Okay, well, my personal opinion on Pokemon is people want this really mature Pokemon game, like a GTA style Pokemon game, with like cursing and blood and gore. And I'm gonna be real with you. That's one of the dumbest things I hear people say all the time. It's marketed towards kids. Like, yes, it's marketed towards us. You can see a little bit of that in Legends. The storyline was a bit more mature. No spoilers, by the way, because I know people are still playing. So no spoilers in chat, please. But, no, we don't need a mature Pokemon game. We honestly need them to keep doing what they're doing with Legends. Change the formula just a little bit to get excited. But all these people who are like, oh, it needs to be Monster Hunter, it needs to be Persona, it needs to look like Final Fantasy. No. Go play those games. And I'm not a Pokemon fanboy, I swear. Like, I rip on the franchise all the time. I have said they needed to add in 2 regions for the longest. I said that Ultra Sun and Moon was a waste of time. I said that Pokemon X and Y were good but could have been better. I defended Pokemon Sword and Shield. But honestly, I don't need a mature Pokemon game. I really don't. Like, I get that. I could play GTA. I could play Final Fantasy. I could play those games. I don't want people to replicate that. Pokemon should do what it's doing, but add some new spice to the formula. Don't make the same chicken patty every day. But maybe cut the chicken patty up and add some collard greens with it. There you go. It will either work, which sounds disgusting, or it won't. You can ask another question, David. You're good. Yeah, but that's my hot take. In addition to that, the Pokemon community complains too much, but I'll make a separate video on that. I don't want to start a war on my anniversary, on my follower celebration. But yeah, they complain too much every damn day. Every damn day. I can't get on Twitter and see it. Shiny hunt this way. Don't shiny hunt that way. No, just play the game how you want. If you saw the Nintendo Direct 2 days ago, which I did, anything you liked or excited for? Yeah, I think, Kirby. Kirby's my baby. So, yeah, March is going to be, I got that day off of work already. I scheduled it. We're going to be playing Kirby nonstop. Trying to think what else. Xenoblade looks cool. I might get into it. I don't think it's my franchise. The Mario Kart 8 thing, I'm not really excited for. Like, I think it's cool. But, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it, but I think it's alright. And then, is it Kelowna? Whatever that little, it was like the little black furry mascot was. That thing's cute. I know it's getting 2 games. I think we're going to try to stream that. I think I'm going to do a Let's Look At. I don't know if that'll be a series, but if I could beat the games easily, we'll do a Let's Look At. I won't have a problem with that. Let's see. Trying to think of what else, for Q&A. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see if I didn't miss any other questions. I don't want to skip anybody's questions. Oh, Gavin asked a good one. What is your favorite style of topping for pizza? So for me, it is, I like a mix of sausage and pepperoni. I used to like bacon, so I used to do Domino's. You could do up to 3 toppings. So it used to be bacon, sausage, and pepperoni. Honestly, I could have 1 pepperoni pizza, 1 sausage pizza, or I'll do a half and half. I'll do half pepperoni, half sausage. Buffalo chicken is really good too. Now also like veggie pizza, believe it or not. Like broccoli on pizza is really good. Like I like broccoli a lot. I really, really like broccoli. So broccoli with pizza is solid. So yeah, I think those are really good. Like really good options, really good like things I enjoy, and honestly, I tend to think they're really dope. So I have no problem enjoying those and having pizza with them. So that's really my hot takes on pizza. Somebody asked me, now that you reached 1K on Twitch, what are some future goals you have and why? If you like anything else, you're mid. Sorry to make the rules. Oh my gosh. No. I actually, my best friend likes pineapple and ham on pizza, which is totally valid. I don't. So we get separate pizzas. Shout out to John if you're watching this. We get separate pizzas when we hang out. But It's his favorite, so you know what? I actually tried a little bit of ham on pizza. It's not bad. Yo, Kenny, banana pepper pepperoni best pizza. And no, I will not be taking questions at this time. Mic drop from Kenny Spenny, y'all. Mic drop from the homie. I never had banana pepper. I'll try it. That actually sounds really good. Like, I never had banana pepper, but I'm down for it. So someone asks, now that you got 1K followers on Twitch, what is your next goal or goals and why? So for me, I want to get as many members of the Anime Squad as possible. So in addition to followers, I think my viewership usually I'm averaging like 10 or 11 viewers, which is amazing. Been lurking, had to do a check for D&D break. Hope everything's going well. No, it's all good. Thank you for lurking. So yeah, viewers for me, I kind of want to get to the 15 range and then eventually the 20 range. But like, they're not like hard goals that I'm setting. It's more like if it happens, it happens. Like, you know, I always tell my community that I appreciate people lurking, hanging out, doing whatever they can to watch. But hey, listen, real life comes first. We all got things to do. I work full time. I work 40 plus hours a week. It really feels like 50. Love my job. I'm just busy. And then I stream right after work. My mom has no idea how I do it. I literally come home from work. I call family. I stream. I eat. I go to bed. It has been a grind. I stream 7 days a week, which I shouldn't be, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I think getting viewership up is my next goal. I think, honestly, I think we can get the 1.5K by the end of this year. I don't have a road to 1.5K, but I think if we play our cards right, it's February. We got, you know, a lot of time left. 10 more months in the year. Your U-time, I take it. I take it. Honestly, some of my U-time is streaming. Because I'm like, I'm going to play this game anyway. So I'm just playing it in front of my community. But yeah, I sleep, I eat. I play video games that I don't stream. I play Heart Gold Soul Silver daily. Like, now we can make it 2K. You know, I never had, like, it's nice if it happens. And I was like that with 1K. Like, honestly, 1K was in a 5-year plan. But I think 1.5, I like to set my goals reasonable. Like, I like to set my goals very reasonable. Because I always tell folks, especially new streamers, set reasonable goals. Do not go out there and set some, like, wild-ass goals. And your goals are your goals. You don't have to share them. You can share them if you want. But, like, for real, like, don't, if you're a new streamer and you just started, celebrate 10 followers. Celebrate 50. Celebrate 100. Like, celebrate that. Like, seriously. I remember when I did a 100 follower celebration stream. We played Pokemon and we played Sonic Fighter for 2 hours. My goal is to be a god. Hey, listen, you go for it, man. Ain't no wrong with that. Ain't no wrong with that. Listen, you go for it. It's a good goal to have. I respect it. But, your goal is to be Dr. Bagnar? Oh, you going for a doctorate program? Go for it. My buddy Brooke is too. My homie Doc Brooke. So yeah, she's going for it, and my buddy Shah, they're going for their doctorates. I get asked that question a lot. If the price is right and the time is right, you can see Dr. Anime Hero 92. I'm not ruling it out. I will be 30 in July. I'm just playing. 30's cool. I got friends who are 30. They all come at me and start being like, 30's not old. I know. I like 30. I'm just a 90s baby, and it scared me for years. And it's scaring me now. But all real talk, I'm thankful to be 30 in July. We will have a birthday stream, yes. I'll probably either have it here or my house. You are younger than me. I buy like a year, Ash. Don't listen to her. She's absolutely lying. She's not 43. She is not 43. She's like 31, 32. I met her. She was a year older than me. She told me this when I worked there. Not factual. Not factual at all. No lies in my chat. I'm not in my 30s. To be fair, I thought you were 31. You told me. Hold on, am I? I'm not truthful. Oh my god, you're not in your 40s though. Like I know that. It's either late 20s like me, or it's like very early 30s. To be fair, she's 19. Yeah. Listen, as long as you're the right age to be on Twitch, do not joke about your age in chat. That is the disclaimer. I'm not bullshitting in terms of do not be like I'm 12 or whatever. You can get banned. I've seen it happen live in chats. I'm not joking. Don't do it. Unless you want your Twitch account to go bye-bye, don't do it. I'm serious. That's very serious. I've seen that shit happen. I saw a video on it on Twitter. And I also saw it happen in someone's chat. Don't do it, y'all. Yes. Yeah. Seriously. Don't, like, I had people come in and do that, and I'm like, don't. Like, you can say you're 43 or 50,000 and lie there, but if you say you're under the age limit to make a Twitch account, it will happen. It will happen. I'm just giving a warning in case people do that. I've legit told people, like, hey, we have to time folks out because of that. Because it's like, if I don't time you out and that happens, you can't get banned. Like, on Twitch. Not even from me, like, from Twitch. It's super serious. Because they take that seriously, as they should. So, yeah. Yeah. Alright, any other questions in chat? I think I answered every question I was asked. I think the last question I got, I'll answer in a minute. But if y'all got any questions in chat, I'll give it, like, some more time. You met Matthew Sala? Who was that, Ghost Cam? I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that person. So yeah, I'll give it another minute for questions. If y'all got them. Don't be shy. We'll answer them. It's like a 2-hour video going. Well, it's like an hour and a half going on. We started at 4 o'clock, right? Yeah, so it's an hour and a half going on YouTube. It's not bad. Oh, the oldest man in the Bible? Ooh. Ooh, yeah, it shows how much I know about that, sorry. Well, bad, I got a question, least favorite Smash DLC? That's a really good question. If you mean Smash, like, overall, Corrin was not needed. If you mean Smash Ultimate, okay, look. I'm only saying Byleth because she was rumored to be the last one. And that shit pissed me off. Not because Byleth as a character. I think Byleth's cool. But at the time, I was angry at Byleth. But honestly, I think Piranha Plant is a waste of time. Like, that'd probably be my pick. Piranha Plant was... We didn't need him. What the hell was he needed for? Nah, Sephiroth was like... Y'all ain't see my Sephiroth reaction? I freaked out. When I heard, like, One Winged Angel at the Game Awards, I yelled in my mic. I was hyped. Did you know that Pokemon expel waste via their ability? Yeah, I'm not shocked. With Pokemon going on, they probably do some wild-ass shit in that universe, so I'm not shocked. Oh, okay, other questions. What is my final goals in life? Like, my end goal? That's a really good question. I like this. I just want to be a good person. Like, I want to leave the world better than it is. I kind of do that by mentoring. I mentor a lot of kids, so I mentor my students I work with. I mentor kids in high school. I like donating to charity. We've never done a charity stream, but that might change in the future if I could set one up. You know, I've had a lot of people affected in my life by breast cancer, so I'm thinking about maybe October. Possibly, if I don't do a stream, maybe I might do a fundraiser on Twitter, related to breast cancer awareness. But if I could set one on Twitch, I know the perfect person to ask. I know Brooke's probably watching and lurking or listening to the VOD. We will chat, buddy. But yeah, I definitely want to do something related to breast cancer awareness for the month of October. I've debated doing it for a while. But yeah, I've had a lot of people in my life affected by it. So yeah, I would say like doing something like that. And also, you know, just leaving the world better than it is, man. Like, you know, a lot of times, a lot of people, and not to get too deep, because I want to stay within my stream rules myself, but life can be hard, man. It really can be hard for people, and I think being kinder to each other, I think being like more understanding, and I also think being yourself. Like, a lot of people are scared to be themselves because they're afraid to get judged. I mean, growing up as a 90s kid, I mean, I was bullied for everything, being nerdy. I was a heftier kid. You know, I'm a big boy. I'm a big man, but I was a big boy as a kid, so I was bullied for that, which, I mean, whatever. And, like, you know, you deal with stuff like that, right? A bully for being... I'm a proud nerd. I've been a nerd since I was a kid. I love being a nerd. If I have children, they'll probably be nerds. Like, it's just... the nerd gene just runs in my family. Like, everyone's a nerd about something, so I remember people picked on people for that, and I was like, Anime is one of the most popular things in the world. Um, you know, basically there's some other stuff too. Hello to you, young gamer. Interesting message. Good to see you. I just caught that. I was like, huh? Thank you for that, I guess. Yeah, so, I tell folks to just be themselves and, pass some good vibes along. Like, I stop by people's streams and I say hi. I remind my mods how much they matter to me. I remind people how much they matter to me. Because you never know what that message can do to somebody. Somebody could be having a tough day. Somebody could be, going through some stuff. Somebody could honestly, need some support. And you don't know. You could be that person to help them. So just be yourself. All that long-winded. That's really my sage advice. But yeah, and aside from that, some fun goals I want to do. Sorry, I was trying to tell a joke, some weight of the conversation. Oh no, I mean it's okay. It wasn't a heavy conversation at all. Like it wasn't bad. It was a good question. Like, hey, I don't want to get a bit personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It depends on how personal you're gonna get, David. If I have a partner, I can be open about answering that. I just won't ask any questions about some wild stuff. Like, people will be asking me demon time questions. And I'm not the streamer for that, but I know some good friendos of mine. Shout out to the homie Terrible Gaming, who will hook you up with that. That man TG. That's one of my homies. That's the Demon Time King right there. But I don't have a partner. No, I'm single. So and I've been single for a while. I joined in the mood was deep. That's all I'm saying. No, it's okay. I mean, like, it's a Q&A. So to give some context, you might miss the question. That's totally valid. It's totally valid. No, but, and I'm proud to be single. I don't, like, a lot of people get upset. I will meet my partner out there whenever I meet my partner. My princess is in another castle, and that's totally valid. But I love seeing my friends who are happy in relationships. It makes me freaking ecstatic seeing my friends who find the person for them. It's really awesome. Like, my buddies, Miles and Sharice know how much I love them. They're probably watching this VOD. But Miles is one of my mods. Sharice is one of my best friends. He's one of my best friends. They got freaking married in Mexico. I couldn't make the wedding, and I was so bummed. But I see the love they share, and it makes me smile. One of my best friends, he just got his girlfriend. They love each other. My buddy Lauren, love her. She got married during the pandemic. She's one of my best friends in the world. One of my buddies, her husband, Justin, who's my dude, love them to death. I just love seeing people happy, man. And you know what? I always say, you gotta find the person that's right for you. Don't rush into relationships. Like, people, I mean, do what works for you. Date whoever you want to date, whatever your preference is, whatever your preference isn't. It's valid, it's fine. You ain't gotta justify yourself. You don't have to, like, come up with a reason. Everybody's timeline is different. And you gotta love you. Like, not to be a Kanye, but I love who the hell I am. And I can't be in a relationship with someone if you don't like who you are. Like, straight up. You gotta like who you are. Like, you really gotta love yourself and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Ash, for doing that. And thank you so much for verifying stuff. Oh, thank you, Christina, for the plug. Love you, bud. But yeah, don't rush into stuff. I don't want to talk about my princess, actually. I'm so sorry. You do not have to, young gamer. That's totally valid. Yeah, we just, I don't get into, like, a lot of people ask personal questions, like, I mean, my orientation is straight. I've been open about that, but then people will be like, they'll ask, like, the special music time questions, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really answer that on Twitch, because, people be saying a little too much, or they'll be like, hey, what's your actual address? And I'm like, no. My address is what you see on this box, this room. So yeah, people asking too many questions like that. Cuffing season is ending in a week anyway. Buddy, the summer coming up. No, but I've had my crushes here and there. But yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person, you got to be with someone that is cool with you. But most importantly, be cool with yourself. Do not change yourself to be with somebody. Everyone has their boundaries. Communicate with your partners. Communicate with your friends. Communicate. Tell me I'll pull up. Nah, no thank you. No thank you. There'll be sirens after you. Yeah, people rush and get relationships. Just guarantees they'll end quickly. I mean, no, honestly, it's cool. Some people find their person fast. Like, some people will go on one date and be like, yeah, I'll find my person. Boundaries are very important for sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like, you need to talk about that stuff. You need to have deep conversations. Like, you just have to do it. Like, some people are afraid of that. Some people are just scared, and it's like, it's only scary if you don't do it, but you gotta talk. Like, I am a cat person. I want to be with a lady that likes cats. If she likes dogs, that's valid. I don't want a dog. I might eventually get a dog, if that's a deal breaker, But jokingly, I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm not dating a woman that likes the Red Sox. Okay, that just can't happen. My mom was like, you'll find she'll be a Red Sox fan to be your wife. No, absolutely not. Do not even. Don't even be like, no, it happened. No. We are a Yankees household. We are a Yankees household. 27 rings, baby. 27 rings. Single gang. I see y'all. Yeah, 27 rings. You have the nicest chat. I don't get to stop by often, but you're always so kind to me. Bag, I appreciate it. And it's comments like that keep me doing what I'm doing. So, thank y'all. Thank y'all for what you do. All right. Any other questions? Because if not, we can do some quick tier list.